Hello, this is a demo for the 4-voice splitter, a Max for Live device from Heaps of Bleeps. This device can take 4 polyphonic voices and split them up into separate monophonic voices that are sent out of these 4 buses here. These buses can either be set to go out of the just normal MIDI out of the device by setting them to their lowest setting, or they can be set to different bus channels, and these different bus channels can be received by the Heap MIDI receiver device. I'll leave a link in the description to both of these devices. You just have to set the Heap MIDI receiver to the same bus channel as the buses on the splitter, and it'll be split. So as you can see, I have this voice 2 set to channel 0, voice 3 is set to channel 1, voice 4 is set to channel 2, and then I have these all set. So when I play one note, it's going to come out just the normal output, and then as I play more, they're going to be sent to these other tracks. Check it out. So you get the idea. One other thing I should go over is that by using this voices per bus setting, you can set it to do 4 voices per bus instead of 1 voice per bus. This allows you to control 16 voices with 4 voices per bus. So let's say you have a Juno or something and want to track a part that has more than 4 voices and do a couple passes. You could just use this device and do that. It has this other voicing mode here where you can cycle. So on stay mode, it basically is just like, if you're only using one voice, it's going to stay on voice 1. It's like only when you play more than one note at a time that it'll use the other voices. But then there's this cycle mode where it's basically just going to go between the voices. So if you maybe wanted to, you could use 4 synths on different settings, and that would actually sound interesting as opposed to just like seem pointless. I haven't set that up here. I did set up, if you've seen my other videos about the Bend Keys Max for Live device, I did set up a slightly more interesting patch. I know that using a preset Ableton synth that already has polyphonic functionality isn't really the most interesting use of this device. You should definitely use it with cooler stuff. So I have an example here. If you want a more in-depth description of how these other devices are working, you should definitely watch the Ben Keys demo video where I go over this specific patch. I don't have time to explain that much right now, but basically I have 4 different operator pads going, and then I have this device here that can send tuned pitch bend to each of these pads. I have one of these Ben Keys devices going into each of these operators. So basically I'm going to use the splitter here to send MIDI to each of these Ben Keys devices that will then tune the pitch bend on each of these operators. Sorry if that description was not the best. Definitely watch that other video because I go way more into it there. So here, I'll show you what that sounds like. You can find these devices and all my other devices at heapsofbleepsaudio.com. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll be releasing more videos and more devices soon. Bye.